After so long, right, I'm finally getting rallied. I guess it takes 3 years plus for people to forget that I am the one who come up with videos about how to be an alpha rally trap. 3 years back then, I came out with this video on how to be a rally trap, and 21 years after that, I come out with an updated version of how to rally trap with familiars, as you can see from this video here. So now I could finally experience this for myself. This was what happened few days back. 10 rallies were on me. 8 were real rallies. Most of them are full mythic champ guys. So I actually let you see my troop count because it's not a pressing concern right now, because I'm going to update it and revamp my whole troop breakdown after this video. And the point is, most of them already know my troop breakdown. So you can see that I'm having this Siege Commander title. In fact, Siege Commander title is the second best title after Arch. For the Emperor title, right? After the Archduke title, Siege Commander is the best title for tanking rally, because it grants you 15% army defense and 15% army HP. That's the best possible one to tank rallies. So after I got the leader, I decided to tank all their hits. And the point is, I knew that my troop count is not the best, and my gear is kind of average. So I don't want to take any chance. I decided to pop the 70% attack boost. I don't care if they know that I'm online, because most probably I just take one wave and that's it. I'm going back to sleep. So this was what happened back then, a few days back. And after this, I'm going to share with you another 4 more rallies today, just few hours ago, and what happened after that. This was a rallies done like few days back when there's like 8 concurrent rallies. The point of this stream, right, I will keep this short. The point of this stream is to share some insights of getting rallied, as well as how to be Alpha Trap version 2. Alright. That's it for the short clip. So, as I said, right, among all the Emperor titles out there, aside from Emperor, Archduke is the best title to have when you're tanking rallies, because it's 50% army defense, 15% army attack, which is the best, by army defense 10%. The second best is in fact Siege Commander to tank rallies. So back then I'm quite grateful for them for giving me this title so that I can tank the rally better. Army defense 15 and army HP 15. So what happened was, that was 8 concurrent rallies. Let me just go through some of the rally report, and later on I'm going to let the cat out the bag and give you more details of my troop breakdown, my thought process, and how I tank rallies. And finally, the last part of the stream, I will go through how to be Alpha Rally Trap version 2. So far I only have 2 videos talking about how to be a rally trap. The first one was 3 years ago, the second one was 2 years ago. So the first rally hit, in fact these 8 concurrent rallies are leaderless, but today the 4 rallies hit, they were with leader, and they are all being kept. So this was the first rally, the leader, nothing special. So I just briefly show 1 or 2 of the full rally with every videos out here. Okay, every single, I'm going to show all my breakdown. I don't give a shit anymore, because I'm going to revamp the whole troop breakdown. Actually, since most of them know it, it's not a pressing concern for me. Okay, this was the first one. This was the second one. This was the third one, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8. In fact, all their rallies, right, is full rallies. But the thing is, the first 8 rallies don't have any leaders. Alright. Okay, let's go through rallies today by the AU team. So the AU team actually sent a leader march. This was the first rally. He opened Rabbit as well as that's the reason why I have 700,000. Pretty unfortunate. But bear in mind that my rates are T2s, so it's still a fair trade-off in my personal opinion. Bear in mind that they lost near 1.1 million T5s. 1.1 million T5s. Alright. Okay, what happened was 4 rallies today, right? They are not aware that I'm online. These 4 rallies that were on me today, right? They have this mindset that I'm offline at this one province here, at this scout. So in the end, I managed to capture 2 of the leaders because 4 hits, 2 have rabbits, and that's the reason why I managed to capture 2 leaders today. Okay, so let me go through the details over here and how what is the thought process in tanking rallies and how to do it in a very efficient way. The most efficient way to tank rallies, if you think that you are offline, alright, if you think that they perceive you as offline, the best way is to do this. Start off with infantry. Okay, let's say you start off with infantry frontline, infantry wedge. Alright. The next rally, because they knew that it's not really a good hit. Let's say they are being counter whatsoever. Go through the process that if let's say they knew first defense is pretty tough, pretty strong, by and large the second one they will send calf, right? We will send calf next, right? So you have to set in the range wedge. That's how it goes. And let's say the range wedge got countered again. For some reason, after a while, you can set back to infantry wedge again. Change back to range wedge again. I think it's more like a psychological thing in this kind of setup. So depending on how you are being hit in the first run, let's say the first hit, right, you manage to counter them, or you manage to counter them, or it's not really a strong hit because it's a same infantry versus infantry. That is how you maneuver your front line in the next few rallies. Let me show you why. Look at this. The first hit with them, right, I was in infantry wedge. They sent full infantry, hitting my infantry. So in their thought process, they will assume that it's not a very strong hit. So they perceive my front line to be infantry. So that's the reason why the next hit, by psychological way, I asked for reinforcement. Let's change to range. That's the reason why the next one I say let's change to range. I change to range wedge, and as expected, they were in cuff. Right? They were in cuff. And after the cuff, remember what I say? The cuff, the psychology is such that they will go back to send full range again. I don't know why. That's how mine works. They play back and revert back to sending full range, thinking that I would change to cuff. But too bad. I reverse gameplay and I change back to batch game. Guess what? Guess what? They were in range. So they got counted. The very last rallied, right? The very last rally, I told my guildmates, please send me full range reinforcement again. And as expected, they were in cuff. Got counted 3 consecutive times. I did not switch my front line at all during the countdown of the timer, because if it marched towards me so fast, there's no way to switch. So I have to be ready and in feelings right away. So this is by and large how you counter them. Only if they perceive you to be offline. This is how you switch your wedge, because psychology is such that they will send in this manner. Okay, next thing I will talk about, on top of the last stream about how to be a rally trap, this stream is I'm going to talk about how to be a alpha rally trap 2.0. Last I said let's say you have a gear. Okay, I have a gear something like this. Alright, I have a gear something like this. At this point in time, it's actually not very good. It's just an average kind of gear. Let's say here, give you something of this kind of stats. Infantry attack, ranged attack, cuff attack is around 410%. Army attack 150 and army HP 300. With this as a reference point, you only need 38 million frontline and anti-frontline strength to tank 3 concurrent rallies. 3. Only 3. So the thing is, if let's say you want to tank more, when let me explain how you're gonna do it. Okay, the point of this is, in future, if you want to tank more, you want to tank more rallies, you have to bear in mind that after minimum achieve 38 million frontline, anti-frontline strength for 3 concurrent. Okay, this is point number 1. Alright, 38 frontline, anti-frontline. How to mix it, I don't really give a shit. The next part, that's the important part. On top of what you have to choose one to be your default frontline. You can be T2, Inf, can be T2, Sharpshooters, can be T2 Cuff. Either one must be your base frontline. Because on average, right, for every hits over here, on average, you're gonna lose around 500,000 troops every time. So meaning to say, for you to be effective in tanking more than 10 rallies, 20 rallies, this is my formula for you. From the base, T2. Okay, let's say the base number of T2s you have is 7 million. Okay, 7 million, and it is decide to always be in your range wedge. Let's say it's a range wedge. Meaning to say, if you let's say you need 10 rallies, you need 10 times 500,000. Alright. On top of the 7 million. Okay? You need 10 rallies, right? You want to tank 10 rallies, right? You need at least 10 times 500,000 on top of the 7 million. That's a bare minimum. Alright? Because on average, every hit is 500,000 or so, plus minus. I'm not going to take into account of whether you're being counted or not, because that will be in the average between being counted and countering them. That's around 500,000 death per rally. So this is a very conservative approach. So meaning to say you need 12 million. So meaning 10 rallies, right? We need 12 million. 12 million troops frontline T2s. There's only one of them. Can be range, can be inf, can be cuff. Choose one of them. Choose one. 20 rallies. Same formula. Exactly the same formula. You need 17. The rallies. You need 22. 40 rallies. You need 25. 50 rallies. Sorry, it's not 25. This is 27. Okay, this is the formula. That is how you tank the number of rallies you have going forward. That is how it is. Okay, another thing is, back then in my previous rally stream, I did not talk about, I only mentioned about familiars. Let me just do a recap for the sake of those who didn't watch my previous video. I mentioned before, to be the rally trap, you need 5 major familiars. Alright? 5 major familiars. You can, okay, let me talk about what you should not have. You should not have a familiar like Trickster or whatever familiars that require you to have a certain amount of troops fallen before it triggers this buff. Because in Rally Trap, you are not talking about losing 10% of your troops for each attack at all. You probably lose less than 1% for each time. So you should not use this kind of familiar. The familiars that you should be looking at, they are Evil Weaver, number 1. Aquarius, number 2. We should reduce the army HP. Evil Weavers increase the army HP by 15%. Terror Spike, Magnum Lock, as well as Jazier. The 5 of them. That is the best combo for Rally Trap. Reduce the army HP and reduce the inf range cuff HP. That's the most efficient way of doing this. And after win, right? Because in this new update, the research of counter rally is so important. For myself, I have yet to upgrade it. But going forward, if let's say you want to tank rally properly, ideally you need to boost all this to 30%, because in the long run, if let's say these are being boosted, you can tank rally much more efficiently than me. Just bear in mind, for my rallies, I do not have any of them, and yet I'm able to tank them. Just picture this: if you have all this, meaning to say whatever attackers that are sending and they do not have this counter boost, you're able to counter them, or you are at an equal status versus them. In some sense, the average losses per rally, instead of the 500,000 that I show over here, the average rally that you lost probably will be 300,000 or lesser. And in that sense, you do not need so much T2's buffer for you to tank the number of rallies accordingly. And most importantly, this is only one part of it. So on top of the last video, this is the first inclusion, which is the counter rally research. The second inclusion is this. You need to have this familiar. You need to have this. Where the hell is my that familiar? You need to have jade worm familiar. This will give you an additional 10% for your infantry range on their counter. Alright. All this, sorry, it's 15%. We give you 15% for your inf range and calf counter. So with this familiar jade worm at max level, together with your research gear, when you only need just a minimum of 38 million frontline anti-frontline strength, and add up any of the T2's frontline. You can choose inf range calf be your major T2s based on this formula, and you should be fine depending on how many rallies you want to take current rallies. Alright, so this is long story short for my update of how to be a Alpha Rally Trap 2.0. I hope this video adds some value in your future. In future, whereby you take rallies, you have more confidence and conviction to tank them without any fear. With that, I will end this video. Take care, guys. Bye.